Okay, welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah. This is Rabbi Adam Stein wishing you a Chag sameach just hours before Pesach starts. We're starting tonight on a Friday night, so the first Seder. Tomorrow night is going to be Saturday night and the second Seder, but I'm wondering what we should do. Usually on a Saturday night, we make havdalah with the candle and the spices and the Kiddush cup and everything. But that's when we're going from Shabbat into the regular week, to regular Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But what do we do when we're going from Shabbat into Yontif, in this case the second day of a Yontif? Well, the rabbis have given us a discussion and even a decision by the end for this. First of all, we're not going to have spices. Okay, that's only when you're going from Saturday night from Shabbat into the regular week to help bring Shabbat with us into the regular week. But we still need a few things. We need a havdalah candle. And we're actually not going to use a havdalah candle. We're just going to say Borei Morei Ha'esh, that blessing with our fingers and the shadows over the Yontif Lahadlik Ner Shel Yom Tov candles that we've lit before. By the way, we light them by transferring flame from a yahrzeit candle or something once it gets dark outside, once it's dark enough to see 3 stars. Okay, and then we need Shechianu at some point. It's a little big, that word. It's a really long word. Let's make it smaller. Okay, we're also going to need a Kiddush cup to say Brei Pri Hagafen and the Kiddush paragraph. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'am roman mikol hashon v'kiddushanu mitzvotav, etc. So we need to say that second night and Brei Pri Hagafen in some order. And we'll need to say a havdalah paragraph. Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. That's on a regular Saturday night, but here we're going to add some language about separating between holiness and holiness. Not between holiness and profane and regular week, but holiness of Shabbat and holiness of the Yontif. Okay, now we have to figure out what order to put these in. And the rabbis in the Talmud, in Tractate Pesachim, chapter 10, a few pages in, have a wonderful discussion about this. I had great learning of this in rabbinical school, in a class my wonderful professor, Dr. Rabbi Gail Leibovitz, taught. And we went through this whole discussion. The rabbis of the Talmud do this. They figure out what's the order of Ner, that's the candle, Borei Morei Ha'esh, and Havdalah, that paragraph with Ben Kodesh LaKodesh, and Ben Kodesh LaChol, usually. Shechianu, Zman is what they call it, because it means time. We're marking the time of Shechianu. The Kiddush paragraph, and wine, Yayin, Brei Pri Hagafen. So let's get into this right here. These are the 5 things. Start off with a rabbi named Abaye. He says, first do wine, then Kiddush, then Shechianu, then the candle, Borei Morei Ha'esh, then Havdalah. Okay, fine. We can make an acronym out of that, Yakzana. Okay. Then Rava says, Yaknahaz, wine, Kiddush, candle, Havdalah, and then Shechianu. Rav says, he gets rid of Shechianu. He says, Yakna. Okay, wine, Kiddush, candle, Havdalah. Shmuel says, Yanhak, wine, candle, Havdalah, Kiddush. And Rabbah, he comes along and says, Yahanak. These acronyms are hard to pronounce. Yayin, Havdalah, Ner, Kiddush. There's going to be 10 total. Levi says Kanya, and that's Kiddush, Ner for candle, and then Brei Pri Hagafen, and then Havdalah. Rabbanan, that's just sort of the general rabbis in the Talmud. They say Kina, that's Kiddush, wine, candle, and Havdalah. Mar, son of Ravina, says Ner, the candle, then Kiddush, then wine, then Havdalah. Naki ha. Marta, in the name of Rabbi Yehoshua, comes along and he says, Nihak, might sound Japanese, candle, wine, Havdalah, and Kiddush. Then, this is the most complicated one, okay? The father of Shmuel, who's named Abba bar Abba, he sent a letter to Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi. He's the editor of the whole Mishnah. He says, teach us, our rabbi, how should one recite the order of Havdalah when a festival occurs after Shabbat? So Rebbe sends him the following response. He says, this is what Rabbi Yishmael, son of Rabbi Yossi, I like to say Jose, said. And he said in the name of his father, who himself said in the name of Rabbi Yehoshua ben Hananiah. Okay, so let's change that name there. So that person said, Nahik, candle, then Havdalah, then wine, and then Kiddush. Okay, so now we've done 10. But there's a quick little parable. It's really great. This is explaining that opinion just now. It's comparable to a king who's exiting a city and a governor who's entering. Governor is lower than a king. Etiquette dictates that the inhabitants of the city, they first have to escort the king out of the city to take leave of him in a dignified fashion, and then afterwards they go to greet the governor. Similarly, we should recite havdalah to take leave of Shabbat, say bye-bye Shabbat, and then recite Kiddush over the festival, bringing in Pesach, or in this case, the second night of Pesach. And that's a good reminder that Shabbat is actually always holier than other holidays, maybe with the exception of Yom Kippur. Okay, so let's go back to those 10. Who wins? The winner is Rava. That's the second one I showed you. Wine, Borei Piragafen, and then the Kiddush paragraph, then Ner, Borei Morei Ha'esh, then the Havdalah paragraph, then Shechianu, and it's called Yaknahaz. And that's how you remember it. Just remember the word Yaknahaz. There we go. So we have Rava there with Yaknahaz. Now the other interesting thing, this is crazy. Yaknahaz sounds like a German phrase, Jag den Haz. What does Jag den Haz mean in Old German? Maybe New German too. Hunt the hare. So because of that similar phrasing, in medieval Haggadahs from Germany, and other places in Europe too, but starting in Germany, in the 1500s, you get printed right in the Haggadah pictures of people hunting a hare to remind people of Yag den Haz, to remind people of Yaknahaz, to remind people that it's an acronym for the order that we do Havdalah on a Saturday night when we have the second night of Pesach. Maybe the first night, but I'm not sure if the first night can be on Saturday night. Unbelievable. Well, Chag sameach. Okay, two quick announcements first. Our post-Pesach pasta party, wonderful, wonderful event that benefits our youth and education programs at our synagogue. The 8th of April from 5 to 7:30. There's a silent auction. It's already online. You can find it on our website. And there's going to be Perry Ehrlich's Showstoppers. Please come. And then just a quick reminder of our Pesach services. Evenings are always 6 p.m. every day of the year except for Yom Kippur, so don't worry about evenings, special times, just 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday this week, tomorrow morning and the next morning, March 31st and April 1st, 9:30, because it's a Shabbat and a Yontif. Also Monday, 9:30, because that's a statutory holiday, something about Easter eggs, I think. Friday and Saturday, April 6th and 7th, 9:30 a.m., the 7th and 8th days of Pesach. And the days in between, 8 a.m., they're going to be wonderful services with Hallel and Torah reading and Musaf. A Chag sameach to all of you.